and welcome to PC Academy on this Saturday morning. In this video I'm going to be building a desktop PC for a customer who wanted something fast with plenty of storage to be used for Photoshop editing and Lightroom. So in this video you'll get to see what components I've chosen for this purpose, and I believe it will make a really good PC. I'm going to start off with my Starbucks large latte coffee, a treat to me on a Saturday morning, an absolute must. So there are a couple of things in this build that the customer's requested, such as an internal card reader, Wi-Fi, he didn't want a plug-in USB adapter, and definitely plenty of storage. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the video and see how this build goes. So this case comes with its own power supply. However, for this build we won't be using that. We've bought our own much higher spec one, and this case also has 4 frontal USBs and a space for a card reader, which is what the customer requires. So this is the Gigabyte B760M, which has its own onboard Wi-Fi, which again the customer has requested rather than an external USB adapter. So that's why we've gone for this motherboard. So in this build we're going to fit a 12th gen i7 12700KF CPU. So due to where the cutouts are on the CPU, it should only fit in one way. So the CPU used was not retail boxed, so it didn't come with a fan assembly, and the customer is more than happy with a stock cooler, and I just happen to have one from a previous build where they had liquid cooling, so we're able to use this stock cooler which is brand new on this build. So we're just making sure that they've all pushed through, which they have, and expanded, so there's no way they're coming out. So we're going to fit the Crucial DDR4 Pro RAM. They go into a specific order. On this motherboard is A2 and B2, which are these. These are the first two that you use. That's those clicked into place, and now we'll get the NVMe SSD hard drive fitted. There's a little locating screw here we need to remove, and remove the shield. We have gone for a Western Digital Black 2 TB hard drive. Peel this off the bottom of the shield. Here we have the pack of screws and everything that accompanies the case. Little booklet. So now we'll put in the motherboard risers. There's quite a few, there's 8 in total. We'll now fit the rear plate. And we'll take out an extra blank now, where the graphics card is also going. So that's the motherboard now pushed down into place. We'll get the screws in now to secure it. That's all the screws tightened. Let's get the wiring connected. Get the HD audio connected first. We've got a USB. We've got a spare USB connector down here that we're going to have to use for the card reader once we get that plugged in. Connections for the power button, reset, hard drive light, etc. That's all the motherboard wires connected for the front switches, etc. And just the USB 3 to connect now onto the board here. And just take your time pushing it down, but you don't want to bend any pins. There we go. Here we have a really nice MSI 1650 graphics card. So we'll go ahead and get this installed now, and as you can see, this will require power from the PSU. So at this stage now, we've got a 6 terabyte 3.5 inch SATA hard drive, so we're going to have to determine where this is going to be best fitted. So we'll have a little look. There's a couple of places we can try it, but obviously we don't want to obstruct any of the PSU connectors, so we'll take a quick look at that first. So because we've got to allow room here for the customer's card reader that they requested, looks like the only possible place worth putting it is going to be in this section here. We'll just have to make sure that we can get enough room there for the cable in for the PSU, but that looks like where it's going to have to go. Okay, so I've gone for an MSI Mag 650 watt power supply. I am a fan of these, I do like them. I find them to be a quality PSU, so let's go ahead and get this installed. Okay, so that's the power supply now installed. We're going to start with the main PSU connector. We'll get that into place and then we can tie wrap everything else in after that. Okay, so that's nicely clicked into place. I'm going to tie wrap this into this gap here to still allow room for a DVD writer and also the card reader, but that should keep it very neat, and there should still be enough room in there then to get the hard drive. So the other wiring is written PCIe, so we know that's for the graphics card. That's more than likely for the motherboard, and just all the SATA and Molex cables for the DVD rewriter and hard drive. So we're just going to feed some of the wiring down here so that it's out the way and neat. Here we have the customer's USB multi-card reader, so we'll go ahead and get that in. So that's the card reader in. We'll now connect the graphics card. So what we're going to do at this stage, before we connect anything else now, is make sure that it actually boots to BIOS. Okay, so let's see what happens. Well, we have power. Are we going to boot to BIOS? So we have now fitted a DVD rewriter drive in. The card reader again is now also installed. So we're just going to get the Windows updates done now before we start connecting the other drives. So we've fully installed Windows now with all the drivers and updates. So what we're going to do now is connect the secondary hard drive, DVD rewriter and the front card reader with the SATA cables, power cables, etc. So we're going to get those connected and then we'll reboot it and test that everything works fine. So there we have all the drives connected: C drive, backup 6 TB, DVD rewriter and card reader, all fully installed. So that is the PC now fully built, Windows installed, everything working. It's just a case of getting the covers back on, and that's this job complete. So that's the PC now complete. Everything's working. It's just a case of contacting the customer to come and collect. But until then, thanks for watching. Bye for now.